Everyone, today I'm here to talk to you about electronic health records, often abbreviated as EHR, its relationship with physician burnout, and why this is an important issue in healthcare today that you as healthcare leaders should care about. So, let's get started then. My name is Tristan Dooley, and I'm a Master's of Science student in Healthcare Administration at the University of Wisconsin-La Crosse. I'm also an intern at the Sharp Index, a nonprofit focused on physician burnout and suicide, which inspired this presentation. Now let's get into EHR. In 2009, the HITECH Act was passed, which rapidly adopted EHR into the United States. As of 2017, almost all hospitals and about 80% of clinics were using EHR technology. While they're prevalent, there are some well-known problems with this technology. Common criticisms of EHR include poor interoperability, a lack of standardization, and difficulty inputting and removing data and charts. Outdated technology can create timing and privacy concerns. Now, let's learn a little bit more about healthcare worker burnout. More than half of U.S. physicians report at least one symptom of burnout. Burnout also affects between 35 to 54% of U.S. nurses and 45 to 60% of medical students and residents. This is problematic due to the detrimental impact burnout has on these providers. Burnout negatively impacts physician well-being, mental health, and relationships. It increases substance abuse issues, and physicians have a 1.2 to 2.4 times higher suicide rate than the general populations. These consequences go beyond physicians. When researchers estimate that when physicians leave a practice due to burnout, the practice loses $500,000 to $1 million in revenue. In fact, it's estimated that in the United States, each year $4.6 billion in costs are attributable to physician burnout. So now, how are burnout and EHR related? Studies show that physicians who reported burnout, almost 75% identified EHR as their major contributor. Similar findings were found in a large study focused on primary care physicians. Could this be because physicians dislike their current electronic health record system? Well, no. Studies show that regardless of physician satisfaction with their EHR, physicians who use EHRs were at a higher risk of burnout. So is the burnout happening because of the technology? Well, that's a maybe. Overall, physicians give electronic health records an F on a usability scale, giving us 45.9 points out of 100. However, this study found that every 1 point increase in electronic health record usability was associated with a 3% lower likelihood of physician burnout. So is the burnout problem just because of usability? Again, not likely. A recent study found that for every 1 minute spent with patients, physicians spend 2 minutes at the computer. Another study found that 85% of respondents said electronic health records impacted their work-life balance. So could this mean that the time it takes to use EHR is what's causing burnout? A literature review by Poon et al. Found that EHR factors most commonly associated with burnout were documentation requirements, high volume of inbox messages, and negative views of EHR functionality and usability. This suggests that workload, time, and technology all contribute to burnout. Despite these problems, clinicians mention numerous benefits of EHR, such as added protection from medical malpractice, ease of billing, and ease of getting data quality initiatives to improve safety, outcomes, and patient safety. So what can we do to fix EHR-associated burnout? We can start by improving our current technology, such as automating processes, using data management software, and utilizing the cloud. Also, voice recognition software, which is currently available, has been shown to cut charting time in half. This could significantly improve current burnout. Another study created a phone app and found that physicians who used the app over a few weeks showed decreases in burnout and compassion fatigue. This is a great low-cost option that can not only be implemented quickly, but also used effectively by many physicians. However, it does not address the root causes. Google and Stanford Medicine are currently collaborating on a project with artificial intelligence to create a digital scribe that listens to patient visits and automatically records the information into patient charts. While this is promising, there are many questions on the cost, availability timeline, and privacy concerns. Now, why should you care? In the United States alone, it's projected that by 2033, there will be a physician shortage of between 54,100 and 139,000 physicians. These projections were prior to the pandemic, which may have made things worse for us. Results from a Washington Post Kaiser Family Foundation poll show that almost 30% of healthcare workers are considering leaving healthcare from pandemic-related burnout. This would greatly exacerbate the healthcare worker shortage and all the associated problems with it. Now, EHR is widely adopted throughout the United States, and its relationship with burnout has been well supported. While the exact causes of this burnout are still undetermined, one thing is clear. The need to resolve EHR-associated burnout It's critical for our healthcare workers and our healthcare system. If burnout is not addressed, the ramifications could impact healthcare systems and our population health for decades to come. The problem is in our hands. So I'm asking you, what will you, as healthcare leaders, do to fix this? Thank you for your time.